Hey everyone, Sarah here. So today what I'm doing, it's not an actual art painting video. I am doing a flip through of the creation of my March art bullet journal. So what I'm doing is just a little record of my painting progress and things, sort of a month by month snapshot of a few things that are important to me in my little art world. So I am doing a journal which is focused on, recording my paintings and recording where I've posted them, and, doing a little snapshot on my YouTube channels, because I have a few and a whole heap of little different streams and things that I have sort of running along in there. It's sort of a bit of an interesting sort of niche, doing a bullet journal for an artist. So I'm not doing like a journal where I am, putting painting sketches or anything in, but this is more about an art record. So I have lots of little bits of paper everywhere. I'm really bad at doing that, and I'll just pick up anything, an old envelope, anything, a corner of a piece of paper. I'll just start writing stuff down and I lose stuff. So I figured this would probably be quite a good thing for me. It's pretty I have to be quite exacting with what I'm writing in it, and I think that's going to be a really good thing for me to do. Maybe that's something I need to practice. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing, and I can record a few things in there, which is a bit exciting. So as you could see, I think just there, I have a pink book, which is this one here, which is it's a draft book, so it's got a lot of my original ideas of what I wanted to do, original ideas of what I wanted to do in the channel, and some rough guides. I don't know why I started with January, because it's March, so I don't know why I did all the stuff that was all sort of very January. Gosh, I really need to get this. Terrible at remembering where I need to put things in front of the screen for you guys to see them, because it's backwards. See that? It's going the wrong way for me. Anyway. So here I am, just sort of having a little bit of a play around with some things for this month, which is a sort of an art theme actually for March. And then next month I'm sort of thinking about doing like a bit of a medical theme, as you can see down there. Lovely vaccines, etc. There we go. Anyway, that's nothing terribly exciting. And then the actual journal, which is going to be this one here. I got all this stuff from Kmart, and I've just done a video a week or so ago. It's actually over on my other channel, but I'm thinking of bringing it over here, where I talk through what bullet journaling kind of supplies and things you can get from Kmart itself. Anyway, so a few other things I want to pop in there is like a list of YouTube people I want to follow, Instagram people I want to follow, or people I want to kind of get to know a little bit better, and maybe try and get some connections running with a few people and sort of help each other out, and pop over to their channels, they pop over to my channel, and we sort of just can help each other together a little bit, because there's so many amazing people out there that do some awesome stuff, and I'm not 100% sure quite where my niche wants to go at the moment, with my art, because I love so much stuff. I love digital art. I like doing, seamless pattern designs for fabric. I like abstract art. I like paint pouring. I like these daily paintings, which are kind of, I guess, a little bit more of like a learning thing for me, as I get back to relearning how to do, paint and colors and all those sorts of things that I have totally forgotten how to do. So I guess that's more a little bit to do with that, and whether I, eventually start going back and doing some more sort of abstract stuff, or some, like bigger stuff. You can see down in the corner there a few of this stuff I used to do back in the day, a long time ago. So we'll see how we go with all of those things, and I'm certainly going to be on this channel doing a lot of those daily paintings, and doing some abstract art pieces and things through there, and then just like sort of documenting my sort of journey through to sort of sort of online art, and my process, and how I'm making money and things from my art, even though I'm not like a big gallery sort of artist or anything like that. So even though I know I'm on talking on YouTube, I'm quite a shy person, I guess, in oh, there goes the cat, stupid cat. I'm quite a shy person in actual life, so there we go. what else are you doing? So oh yeah, so this is just me like starting to get through a few of the pages and things that I want to do there. So that is the ones, sort of art accounts and things that I want to follow. Let's just go have a quick show some love art accounts. That's what it says. So as I said, I want to follow a few people from Instagram and YouTube, not necessarily just art accounts either. So there are a few in there. So I've got, you can see here's the actual, sort of finished page and things there. There are a few people I follow who are just more inspirational people to just do with money or, daily life stuff. But then also some art channels I like. And not just sort of daily painting ones either. So there's some abstract artists that I really like following their channels, or bullet journaling, or paint pouring, and some really cool stuff that I kind of like to get to know. So particularly if you're a newer YouTuber and you're trying to get your feet off the ground in this weird and crazy sort of world, figuring out what to do with these sorts of things, pop over, subscribe, say hello. Yes, please subscribe, guys. It really does actually help things out. If you're not a YouTuber, you won't understand, but if people subscribe and like and comment on your stuff, it really helps the YouTube algorithm and lets more people see the videos, and it makes me feel really happy. I love it when you guys subscribe. It makes me feel good, and I can be pretty generous. I'll pop over and say hi to you guys over on your channel as well, if that's what you do. So please, that would be great. What else am I doing there? So yeah, just setting up those little pages there, and I'm going to pick a few, as I said, pick a few a month where I can write them down and make a real concerted effort to maybe get to know them a little bit better, get to know the art a little bit better, go and comment on their stuff, and see what they're doing. I like meeting people who have cool ideas, and you can share stuff and bounce ideas around and things like that. So I don't have a lot of artist friends because I work in the hospital, so it's not like I'm go to art school and talk to these people all day every day, that sort of thing. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing with those. And then this next page is like a list of paintings. So I want to, the whole point of doing daily paintings is I'm trying to paint as many days as I can, even if it's just a 20-minute quick painting. So a lot of the paintings that I have done so far on the channel, they're all quick daily paintings, so they're anywhere between sort of 20 minutes and 2 hours when I start getting involved in those. So I just want to have a list, obviously for March, because we are March 20th, and there's no way I'm going to be doing a lot of paintings in the rest of this small part of this month. So I've only done one side of this page with that. But for future months, I'm hoping obviously to do a couple more, so I will allow more space for that. So I'll just be recording those. It'll also be good to keep like a track for things for like posting up to YouTube and Instagram and all those sorts of things, just to keep everything in the right spot. I'm actually using a ruler this time out. Not amazing at keeping those lines straight in the earlier bits, but I guess pen and the camera and where I was drawing, I can't just sort of flip the book around and just do whatever I like. So yeah. Now, I didn't want to be too exact and perfect with this, because if I try and make it too perfect, I'm not going to do it, because I won't want to write in it if I don't think I'm going to do it beautifully. So anyway, so that's all I'm leaving for paintings for the day. Oh yeah, it's just me having a little bit of a look at what I wanted to do with those. In future months, I will not be putting the list, the one I'm about to now, list of paintings, in the middle. Yeah, okay, wax the camera. In the middle of the month spread, I guess, because I don't know how many I'm going to be doing. So basically, I want to do a little box for each painting, where I can match it up with the list over on the left hand side there. And I'm going to write a few details in it. about, you know, just a few keywords, maybe what I did that day, or where we are, like is it school holidays, or, you know, did I go shopping, or those sorts of things, as well as how I was feeling. You know, was I feeling positive about art? Was I feeling depressed about the housework because it's a mess? You know, what was I doing? Did we have anything, you know, big that we're doing? Was it ballet concert season? You know, like what part? Yeah, most of my life at the moment revolves around my lovely 6-year-old daughter's dance schedule. So yeah, she does a lot of classes, and you know, every 5 seconds is a new one that comes in that she's got to be there for. So most of my life and, you know, work is revolving around trying to get this jolly child to her classes on time. So anyway, it's a bit challenging when you work shift work and you've got, you know, kids that have after school activities. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to be doing like a box for each painting, and I can write, you know, like when they're filmed and when they're edited, and have I made a thumbnail, and have I done pins for Pinterest, and, you know, where I've posted them, because sometimes, you know, I'm in a rush and I forget to post one somewhere, and then I go back, now where is that? And it's not there. So it's a bit tricky. And I also sort of post and film things sometimes a little bit out of order. So I mean, I'm doing the voiceover of this today, but I did this filming, you know, a few days ago, and I've also already filmed like a YouTube a studio tour. So just taking you around, you know, what's in the background here, and you know, just going through and showing you a few things and my setup as well. Although I will go into a slightly, I might do another actual video on that, because that's a little bit tricky. I'm still in the process of trying to find like a decent sort of setup, and I think I've got there with the camera. We're nearly there. Like, I've been having some issues with the quality of the, you know, the filming and things, and my GoPro is taking a little bit of work to try and get it to a setting where it's going to produce something that is you know, quality enough, I guess, for what I need it to do. So we'll talk about that as well. And I've also done like a 6-month flip through, which, oh, I said that right, flip through, of the paintings I've done. So there's a whole stack, you know, like this big, of little canvases, you know, the flat canvases, not the big ones, obviously flat canvases. So, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 sort of paintings that I have done since I started this daily paintings, you know, like 6 months ago. Obviously that's not one a day because I've been a bit slow, but there's a few that I've actually just, I don't like throwing out paintings and painting over them, but there is a few that I've kind of got to the point where I'm like, I just can't even my daughter looks at them and she goes, huh? And she's pretty complimentary. My little one, and the baby, when she sees a painting of mine, she goes, oh, wow, mummy. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Anyway, it's nice to have someone who's, you know, very complimentary about what you do, even though she's 2. I'll take it. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, I've done this flip through of my last 6 months of my artwork as well, which it's actually really interesting. It's good to go back and see it all from like start to finish. And, you know, as I said, you know, we're starting at sort of this, you know, the paint it's not right, it's scrubbed on, it's not thick enough. I mean, not that this is either, but anyway, it's just not, you know, like it was a 20-minute painting back then, you know, versus, okay, granted, this is a, you know, this one took me a little bit longer to do and everything like that, and it's still not amazing, but it is a jolly side better than you know, the previous one. So I'm very happy with the progress. Obviously still I feel like there's a long way to go, and there's so much stuff I need to relearn. And another thing I'm going to be doing a video on quite shortly is a like a color mixing video. So I'm, you know, when people tell you to mix, you know, blue and red together to get purple, and then you do it and it's like, no, blue and red do not make purple. Ultramarine blue and nice magenta, that makes a nice purple. But if you're going to mix something else together with another red and it turns into this flat yucky brown, and you're like, ew, ooh, what's that? Maybe that's my art supplies. Oh no, pizza. No, I don't want pizza. So I'm expecting a big box of art supplies to come today, so I'm a little bit excited. I'll probably be doing that as well. Oh look, we're up to the flip through thing of the actual end of it there, so oh, that's very exciting. So there we go. That's sort of a record of a few things that I want to record, funnily enough. There's those. and then just a list of the paintings individually, sort of kind of thing, and then a detailed thing on each one of them where I can write some details. As I said, very, very brief stuff, you know. This isn't a writing journal, but it is still like a journal sort of record of how I was. And then I've left a couple of pages there. As I said, I want this to actually be the last section in the journal for the month, so this would have to go earlier. And then just a list of supplies. Yeah, so titanium white paint, which is not coming today. So unfortunately, for some reason, I don't know how my art store ran out of titanium white paint, but they did. So they sent me a message to say they couldn't send it. So everything else is coming except the white paint. Thankfully, I still have, I've only just opened the tube. So I try and remember to order stuff when I open the last one, rather than wait till I've got none left and then can't paint. Particularly white, you know, it's kind of a, you know, kind of a paint you can't really paint without. And because I use the Atelier interactive paints, I mean, you can mix them with other paints, but it's best to try and mix them together, just because they've got a different mixing time, a different open working time, and they just react a little bit differently than normal acrylic paints. But I'm going to go through that and tell you about why I use them. Oh, that's Pizza again saying, hey, come buy pizza. I'm like, no, I don't want to buy pizza. Yeah, anyway, so back what I'm doing is just some colour, you know, a video looking at colour mixing. And one thing that I like to do is I have little squares up in front of my table, which goes through all the different colours I have and how to mix and how to blend them, and particularly when you're trying to get greens and things like that, just, you know, what black and what yellow, or what blue and what yellow are going to make a pretty green, because some of them are hideous. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, I will be doing a video on that, because I've forgotten so much about that. So I've been going back and relearning, and I like having, you know, a record in front of me. It makes colour mixing so much easier. And if you're like me and you like to have, you know, it's not always in your head exactly what colours you like to use. I like to have a fairly set kind of palette. I don't like to buy a lot of pre-mixed greens in particular, because they're just ugly. Pre-mixed greens, I just don't like them. I much prefer to make my own. So, and because I haven't been, you know, painting for, you know, 10 years, those things just aren't always in my head. So I'm creating a sort of, I guess, a cheat sheet, and probably be quite interesting for a lot of people as well. Anyway, prattling on for a little bit too long now, so I will get on with what I'm doing next, which is creating those other couple of videos that I'm going to post up. So thanks for watching, and again, it would be amazing if you could subscribe, like, leave a comment. As I said, it really helps out the YouTube algorithm channel and makes me feel good. So thank you. All right, guys. And, you know, if you do have an art channel yourself, as I said, leave a comment, and I'll pop over and come and say hi. Anyway, thanks, guys. Bye.